the 20th of May, 2026. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for listening. We are Dixon and Vining. I'm Valerie Vining. He's Richard Dixon. Steve West, our producer. We got Phil Carter back in the traffic center and you guys with us. It is 8:05, and the forecast for today, starting out nice. And again, we're starting to shift into kind of that summer weather pattern. The humidity's up a little bit. But we do have a chance for some rain this afternoon, 60% chance of showers, 87 the high, partly sunny for tomorrow. Again, another chance for some afternoon rain, 86. Friday, we'll have some clouds around, same thing, chance of rain by the afternoon, a high of 85. And it looks kind of like for Memorial Day weekend, Saturday might be kind of a rainy day. We'll just have to wait and see as we get a little bit closer. We'll say some little prayers that, maybe through the Memorial Day weekend it won't be raining for those barbecues and anything else you're going to be doing out by the lake or the pool or wherever. But as it stands right now, pretty good rain chances out there, and we can expect some of that. Maybe your lawn needs a little water on it, so you may get some of that. And I would imagine that the folks out at the SEC baseball games for the Hoover Met are like, no rain. Because that just delays everything. When you got four games today and one of them gets rained out, then it pushes it to the next day or really late that night and starts to mess things up. So hopefully they'll get all the games in before the rain comes.
That's exactly right. It just shoves everything back and creates a havoc. But they usually kind of account for that possibility, and they have like an extra day ready to go in case there's a problem. But people who are traveling to go see their team's game, and they're like, I have to wait till Friday. I can't wait till Friday. I took this much time off work. I gotta, hate it when the weather interrupts. But hey, there it is. Steve has to deal with this all the time when he does the NASCAR races. This year was one of the few years when we didn't really have any problems with it whatsoever.
Got a little lucky because it came in overnight.
Yeah, it came in early Saturday morning, and we were able to get everything dried off. The only thing that it canceled was qualifying, and they just reverted to points on that, so that was easy.
So yesterday I went to vote. And I did so at a place called Compassion Church.
Mm-hmm. How was it?
I believe I said it was like there was a fire at the old folks' home. Mm-hmm. It was really a lot of old people, no question about it. However, I did find out where the GT auctions, the Granger Thager Auction Marketing, the absolute auction coming up on May 26th, next Tuesday is. It's at that church. Yeah, Compassion Church, 7776 Highway 75. And there is going to be an absolute auction, 5 parcels adding up to 55 or so acres. No zoning in this area, which is great. Great road and creek frontage, popular hunting area, access to Highway 75. You can find out more about how to get in on the bidding, the terms, et cetera, and how you can tour the property simply by visiting gtauctions.com, gtauctions.com. As we're coming into summer, Memorial Day, and we're working our way into maybe some vacation time, you might be going and seeing some relatives. Now might be the time to start talking to your brothers, sisters, uncles, whoever it is you're tied in with on a piece of undivided ownership property. That means you all own one piece of property together because Dad thought it would be a good idea to leave it to all of you. It's almost never a good idea because it's not a liquid asset. Now it's costing you money. You have to pay the property tax. You have to pay upkeep, and you can't do anything with it until you all agree. Go to Granger Thager Auction Marketing's website, gtauctions.com, and find out about what you can do to turn that into a liquid asset. And they have a lot of experience with this, so I think they'll be able to walk you through it. You're going to like it. gtauctions.com. As long as you're going to be around family, bring it up. gtauctions.com. 809. Dive in. Do it.
And now, it's Dixon and Vining's top 3 things you need to know.
Well, we have learned that the 2 suspects in the shooting deaths of 3 people at an Islamic center, San Diego, were ages 17 and 18, and they have been identified, but no need to give away that awful information, give them more notoriety. The 17-year-old was attending high school virtually since 2021 and had been on the wrestling team at the school. A mother of one of the 2 suspects called police to say that her son was suicidal, had taken weapons from the home and her car. Investigators say that the teen was dressed in camo and was with an acquaintance. Facts that were not consistent with someone about to die by suicide. We also know they had a manifesto, and it looks like they were angry with the entire world. It didn't matter if you were Jewish or Christian, male, female, Islamic. It didn't matter. It looked like they were just out to commit a crime, and that's what they did, and then ended up taking their own lives. I mean, this is just, head shaking. I mean, how do you prepare for something like this? It's kind of like the nurse in Tuscaloosa leaving work, and a man with mental illness shoots and kills her. She's walking from the hospital to her car and takes her life. And, this is one of those things you can't really prepare for, but thank goodness for the security guard that apparently did a lot to keep this from being a much worse issue than it was.
And gave his life in the process, by the way. But I heard yesterday that they're looking at potentially charging the parents in this case, and I'm thinking, really? Okay, I don't know the facts, obviously. I know what they've told me. And there are certainly times when I think the parents should be charged. The case where they knew the kid was a little nutsy and they gave him a gun.
If she says that he was suicidal, I mean, like instantly your child becomes suicidal and they're headed out the door and have stolen a weapon in your car.
Yeah.
You're like, hold on a second here.
I don't know.
So we don't know the background on this. Hopefully they'll do their due diligence.
I hope so too.
I think there is a responsibility with parents if you know that a child is acting in a certain way, they have manifestos, and you're aware of all of this, and you've got guns that are accessible to this 17-year-old, we need to look at it.
Yeah. Oh, obviously, yes.
And once again, if he's suicidal, why is he at home? Let's go get him the mental help that he needs.
Well, I think that's a process. If somebody goes, I'm thinking about killing myself, well, get in the car. You're going to the asylum. There might be a conversation first.
Yeah, let's go.
There might be a conversation.
See what's going on there.
Yeah,
unbelievable. J.D. Vance held the White House press conference yesterday. It's kind of fun. He and now I'm drawing
Marco
blank.
Rubio.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Marco Rubio.
Yeah.
Kind of taking turns with doing this, so it's interesting to see how both of them handle this. J.D. doing a great job. It gave us an update as to how close President Trump was to resuming strikes against Iran. He said about 1 hour, and even Donald Trump said, it was about an hour away from giving the go-ahead, let's resume bombing Iran, when all of that was halted to allow for another negotiation attempt with Iran. You've got some in the Middle East going, hey, we think maybe it's this time. Vance also warned that the U.S. is locked and loaded, ready to resume strikes if Iran nuclear talks fail. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also set an emergency meeting with his military. Right now, they're at the highest level of alert for potential action. And I don't know how much longer Donald Trump gives this. But I hope we're near the end. I'm tired of hey, let's talk again.
I'm hoping it's about 4 hours.
It might be.
They can start at noon today, as far as I'm concerned. Let me ask you this though. Because it's interesting. J.D. Vance did a great job, by the way. I listened to and saw quite a bit of that. And Marco Rubio did a fantastic job the other day.
Did.
He was a little more philosophical. J.D. was a little more concrete. I think they make a great team. I could see that as a ticket in 28. Whichever one is on top would be fantastic as long as they're good. But ask yourself this. I don't know why this struck me while I was in the midst of it. Could you have imagined during the 4 years of the Biden administration, Kamala Harris going, I got this, spokesperson. Let me handle the press conference for today.
Never in a million years. It'd be word salad all day long.
Not only could she not have done that, she couldn't even do it when she was running her own campaign. I mean, J.D. Vance was completely conversant in everything that was going on. Talking about the ballroom, he was talking about Iran, he was talking about the price of gasoline, he was talking about some illegal stuff that is taking place within the administration, the so-called slush fund, et cetera, and he was fully conversant in all that stuff. I could not even for a minute imagine Kamala Harris getting out and being able to do something of that nature.
I don't think she would. I think she'd look for excuses not to do it because she's not capable of doing it.
They didn't even ask her, and there's a good reason for that.
I mean, look at the sit-down interviews that she was disastrous 30-minute interviews. She was purposefully she was late to the 60 Minutes one, and you're just like, oh my gosh.
30 minutes. She couldn't pull off 30 minutes.
I mean,
she was afraid to go on 60 Minutes because she wasn't sure how long the show was.
Yeah.
And that was a big problem.
Something like that. All right, yesterday, Alabama primary election was underway, and here's kind of what we know. Tommy Tuberville with 84% for governor for Republicans. Doug Jones won for the Democrats with 78% of the votes there. So we'll watch that runoff. This was an interesting one for U.S. Senate. Barry Moore, Jared Hudson, and Steve Marshall in that order. Barry Moore with 39%, Jared Hudson with 25%, Steve Marshall with 24%. And on the Democrat side, Everett West and Dakari Lariat. I think we had Dakari on. Did we have Everett?
Yeah.
We didn't have Everett on, did we?
We did not have
no,
Everett on.
we did not. Some other ones that you might be interested in. How about Lieutenant Governor John Wall with 40%, Wes Allen with 38%. And then we go down to Attorney General. We had 3 in the run for the Republican side, and it was Pamela Casey, Jay Mitchell, and Catherine Robertson. Catherine Robertson with 40%, Jay Mitchell with 34%. And that's about it. And then there's the August 11th election. Look out for that coming up for districts 1, 2, 6, and 7. So that's when that will take place. We'll watch that. And, congratulations to those that did so well yesterday.
I'm always interested in how the runoff is going to play out. For instance, the people who didn't vote for Barry Moore in the GOP Senate race in the primary, are they going to line up behind Jared Hudson because he's not Barry Moore? Or, is there some other reason that they didn't vote for Barry Moore? So that, is this going to be evenly split? Is it going to be a tight race? Is it going to be 51-49 when you get to the runoff? I don't know. I'm curious. I'm always curious about why people make the decisions that they do. John Wall and Wes Allen, I mean, they're 2 points apart.
Mm-hmm.
That could feasibly be a very tight race for the lieutenant governors. And the lieutenant governor's job is just garbage. I mean, just ask Will Ainsworth. You don't have a lot of responsibilities. Or if you do, you never hear about
the
them.
The thing with Will is that Will didn't run because Governor Ivey was running for governor, and this was going to be his opportunity.
Right.
Then he hears Tommy Tuberville is going to run. He's like,
Never mind. Forget
it.
I'm out.
So I kind of feel bad for him.
Yeah. Oh, I think he would have been great,
he
too.
would have been, he would have been
I think
just fine in that
I
role.
think Tommy Tuberville will be great, too. He was a great senator.
Yep.
I have no reason to suspect otherwise. So we'll see how this whole thing plays out August 11th when we do have the runoff and we get these other elections underway. 817 with Dixon and Vining on Talk 99.5, Parrott Structural Services, ParrottSS.com, 668-2626. When the foundation starts to go, these are the guys you want to call. Even if you suspect that there's a problem with your foundation, you need somebody to come by and take a look at it. It's very, very important that you catch it early so that you don't end up with far more damage. Because the longer it goes, the worse it gets, and the more expensive it becomes. So jump on it quick, early, and often, much like you vote, with Parrott Structural Services, ParrottSS.com, 668-2626. Licensed, bonded, insured, and E-Verify compliant. They're my choice when it comes to foundation care. They should be yours as well. It's even harder when you're in love with an ugly woman, really. I mean,
Oh, which way? Come on, which is it, Richard?
you got to tie a
Do
pork chop
huh?
around her neck to get the dog to play with her. It's
Richard.
She has to
Oh, that's
sneak up on a
awful.
glass of water. It's
Come on.
really bad. Every clock in the house stops every time she walks by. You're like, that's an ugly woman.
Or that stops because she's a beautiful woman, whichever it might be.
You stop traffic if you're a beautiful
Is
woman.
that it? Not a clock?
You don't stop clocks. If
You
you're
don't stop
ugly,
clocks?
you stop a clock. So ugly, you
Really?
could stop a clock.
That's terrible.
Beautiful, you stop traffic is how it works.
Traffic.
Yeah.
And you get a cat call when that happens?
Yes.
No, not that one.
Well, that's not cat call.
Not that cat call. No. Speaking of listen, ring up Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group. We had a good time with him on Friday night at our Jawbone Jam, the premier sponsor of our big event. And there's a reason that Danny is a part of what we do. We love what he does, and we believe in what he brings to our listeners. And that's just a really solid financial plan to get you where you need to go. And that's really important. You know, we talk about wills and all this other stuff that we need as we progress through life. This one is as important when you're young as when you're in the middle of your life or maybe nearing retirement age, because if you don't have a plan put together, you may not have the money that you need when you want to retire. You may have to say, you know what, I got to work another 5 years, or I got to work another 10 years because I didn't invest the money correctly and I didn't have this plan in place. And Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group, this is what's exciting, is they say, you're young. Hey, it doesn't matter that you've got some ginormous nest egg. You don't have to have that to be a client of the Knowles Group. Go to theknowlesgroup.com. Reach out to them today. Tell them that you would like for them to put together a customized plan to help you so that when you get to retirement age or near retirement age, you can go do all the things that you have dreamed of doing. That's what it's about. And there's a lot to the plan. Let him explain. He'll tell you all about it. Your financial plan can be put together today by a wonderful group. It's Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group, Knowles, when you look them up online, theknowlesgroup.com.
Alrighty, it's 8:25 with Dixon and Vining, and we all know that Chick-fil-A is closed on Sunday. You know how you know that? It's the one day you crave.
You
It's
always
the day
crave
you
it that
crave
day.
It so many,
What is up with that?
man, we should go get some Chick-fil-A. Oh,
Closed today.
Sunday.
I
I made it all the way to a Chick-fil-A, only to be like,
You forgot, huh?
Sunday.
What day it was?
Yeah, exactly.
It happens.
But here's a strange story. A Texas Chick-fil-A franchise operator is facing a federal lawsuit over allegations that it refused to accommodate an employee's religious beliefs before ultimately firing her.
Uh-oh, that's a problem.
Wait a
Careful.
minute. What? According to the complaint filed by the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission and obtained by Fox Business, Hatch Trick Inc., which operates several Chick-fil-A restaurants in the Austin area, allegedly discriminated against employee Laurel Torode, whose faith prohibits her from working on Saturdays.
Yeah.
She's a member of the United Church of God and reportedly disclosed during her interview that she observes the Sabbath from sunset Friday to sunset Saturday.
Okay, now that's interesting. She disclosed that during her interview.
Yes, she did.
That's an important point.
EEOC said the company initially accommodated her request while she worked as a manager overseeing delivery drivers at one Austin area location. The arrangement allegedly changed several months later.
There's two things, right?
Yep.
Disclose it during the interview, and they initially accommodated her. Okay.
Then pulled the rug out from under her. In early February 24, defendant told Torode that going forward, it would require her to work on Saturdays to include the period in which she observes the Sabbath. According to the lawsuit, Torode sought accommodations and met with company officials to discuss alternatives that would allow her to remain in her management role while continuing to observe her Sabbath. Instead, the company allegedly told her she would need to accept a lower-level delivery driver position with reduced pay, fewer hours, and diminished benefits if she wanted to avoid Saturday shifts.
That's a problem. There's number 3 problem.
Now we're talking, this is a demotion, so to speak. When Torode declined the position, Hatch Trick terminated her employment, according to the EEOC. The EEOC alleges the company violated the Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which requires employees to reasonably accommodate employees' religious beliefs unless doing so would create an undue hardship. Well, I can't get my Chick-fil-A if the delivery manager's not there. That's an undue hardship.
On you,
Yes, on me.
not on her.
No, no.
Not on Chick-fil-A.
That's why. That's why
Yeah.
they say
We're not
accommodate.
talking about you.
If accommodating religious employees' religious beliefs, doing so would create an undue hardship, not on her.
Yeah, on
on
you,
me,
on you.
on me.
It's- yeah, 'cause
on
it's all
anybody
about
else.
you.
Exactly.
Right.
When are they going to learn this?
I don't know.
I'm a little upset. I don't live in the Austin area, so it really doesn't apply to me. But
So you're only a little upset.
Yeah.
I'm
This is a
completely ticked.
problem just by a few of the points that we already
yes.
brought to light here.
They may be in a bit of trouble here, Chick-fil-A, which is funny because they're all like, nobody gets to eat chicken on Sunday. That's just the way it is. Get used to the idea. Well, I need Saturday off. Nope.
Well, and this is also, I hate it for Chick-fil-A because when you talk about Chick-fil-A, it's the entire company. And this is Hat Trick in Austin that owns these different Chick-fil-A, and it happens to be a problem with them. And again, it is Chick-fil-A overall, but I think they've got some problems here. If she's got her an attorney, she's going to win this one based on the information that we have.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I think she may have a pretty good case here.
yeah.
But I must say, knowing that she wanted to take every Saturday off from Sunset Friday to Sunset Saturday.
That means she gets the weekend off. She gets every weekend
Essentially,
off.
she gets the whole weekend off, which is pretty
Yeah.
good. You could just join the United Church of God for that and just be like, hey, this is a big deal to me.
I'm going to work Monday
That's
through
right.
Friday.
Monday through Friday.
Monday
you
through
can't get out of
Friday at
work.
5.
No Saturday working at all.
Yeah.
But if they saw that, they knew that, they were aware of that,
And
they
said,
could have just not hired her and come up with a reason for that, like, we don't think you're right for the job, or we don't think you have enough experience, or we thought this other person was better qualified.
Or just state flat out, we're going to
We-
need you to
we
work
need
on
somebody to
Saturdays.
work on
and since
Saturday.
you can't,
Yeah.
we can't hire you.
You can't
Well,
fill that role.
Even then, I'm not sure you could do that because that would be discrimination based on religious affiliation. So you find another reason. You come
yeah,
up
but
with another reason.
that's a hardship for Chick-fil-A. I understand
Yeah.
what you're
Oh, it
saying.
is, yeah.
But I mean,
Like,
they're open 6
right.
days a week.
We need an employee here. We got to have somebody who can do this. Yes, I agree.
And they hadn't hired her
Yeah.
yet.
No, they hadn't.
If they had hired her,
They had the perfect opportunity
right.
there to slip the noose, but they hired her, and then they decided they were going to make her work on Saturday. Probably not the best work there, Chick-fil-A. I still love your Jesus chicken, though.
it's good stuff.
I do.
We love you, Chick-fil-A.
And your fries are top
And that
notch,
sauce
baby.
is delicious,
Come on.
too.
8:35. Dr. John. He's not a real doctor. He's a doctor like Jill Biden is a doctor. 8:35. Donald Trump is currently addressing the press as he's about to talk to the graduates, I believe, of the Coast Guard Academy. Can we join some of this here, Steve? Find out what he's talking about? Huh?
He takes hits at Jesus Christ, and he's wearing a mask 6 months ago. Whereas anybody wearing a mask 6 months ago doesn't get it. And he's a vegan. He's a vegan in Texas, and you can't get elected as a vegan in Texas.
Did you talk to Senate leadership on the Republican side about endorsing against an incumbent?
I did. They'll be all right with it. They want to win. I know how to win.
Are you worried about ballroom?
Some of them don't know how to win. I know how to win.
Sir,
I think I've proven that, haven't I?
are you worried about the ballroom funding, Mr. President? There's speculation that could be...
The ballrooms are being built. I'm building the ballroom. You saw it yesterday, right?
Yeah.
We're building a great ballroom. It's been needed. It's a very military complex. The roof is actually a drone port. The roof of the ballroom is a drone port, and it gives great safety to everything below. So it's good. We're building a really great ballroom, but it's also a strong military position for our people.
Do you think Vance
your call
or
with
Rubio
Netanyahu?
did better in the press briefing, or sir?
Do I think who?
Vance or Rubio did better in the press briefing,
I
sir?
think they both did great. What do you want me to say, right? I think they both. Do you like that? That's pretty good, though, right? I think they both did good. I watched both of them. Both very good men, really are.
Did you have a call with Prime Minister Netanyahu?
When her husband votes against me all the time, can you imagine? I don't know what's with him. You better ask him what's with him. Her husband, she's married to a certain congressman. He likes voting against Trump. You know what happens with that? It doesn't work out well. I don't know why he does. But.
Mr. President, are you going to
Taiwan, do you have any plans to call President Lai before you make your decision on the arms deal?
What?
Do you have any plans to call President Lai of Taiwan before you make a decision on the weapons package?
Well, I'll speak to him. I speak to everybody. We have that situation very well in hand. We had a great meeting with President Xi. It was amazing, actually. It was amazing. Many of you were there. We'll work on that, the Taiwan problem.
What have you said to Prime Minister Netanyahu about Iran and how long to hold off on strike?
He's fine. He'll do whatever I want him to do. He's a very, very good man. He'll do whatever I want him to do, and he's a great guy. To me, he's a great guy. Don't forget, he was a wartime prime minister, and he's not treated right in Israel, in my opinion. I'm right now at 99% in Israel. I could run for prime minister, so maybe after I do this, I'll go to Israel, run for prime minister. I had a poll this morning. I'm 99%, so that's good. But no, he's a wartime prime minister, and I just don't think they treat him well.
Mr. President, what do you do?
I think they have a president over there that treats him very poorly.
You're on the same page with him on Iran?
Yeah.
Have you spoken to anyone about replacing Lauren Boebert after she...
If somebody comes along, I'd look. It's a little late in the race, but if somebody comes along, I'd look. Certainly.
Mr. President, Poland troops, sir. Pratt, do you see yourself in him at all? A former reality TV star?
No, I'd like to see him do well. He's a character. I don't know him. I assume he probably supports me. Does he support me?
I think so.
I think so, yeah. I heard he does. I heard he's a big MAGA person. He's doing well. I don't know. If you have a rigged vote out there, that's the problem. The votes are rigged. You have a really rigged vote in California. You have all the mail-in ballots, everything else. Very hard to win because the elections are very dishonest. If we had Jesus Christ come down and count the votes, I would have won California because I do great with Hispanics. But it's a rigged vote. They send out 38 million votes. Nobody knows where they're going. Of course, the Democrats do, I guess. But disproportionately, Democrats get many more votes. Some get 8 votes. They get 8 cards, and Republicans have to call in, where's my card? It's a rigged system. One of the most, not the worst, I'll give you a list. Maybe I'll do my list. But California's one of the most dishonest states for voting.
What's your message to the cadets today?
Just enjoy your life, They enjoy it. They're great guys. It's my second time at the Coast Guard Academy. They're great guys. We like them. you don't realize how important Coast Guard is until you have a hurricane. And I remember the big hurricane in Texas where these kids go on boats and they go into the waves that are 20 times higher than the boat. And I say, can they really make it? I'm watching this. And they say they find a way, but they were going into waves, these massive waves, to save people that were inside. And you don't realize it, but boy, they are good. They are good seamen. They are unbelievable. I wouldn't want to do it.
Mr. President,
I'm a very brave person, but I wouldn't want to do it.
What do you make of President Xi meeting with Putin this week?
Well, he told me he was going to. I think it's good. I get along with both of them, but I think it's good. I don't know if the ceremony was quite as brilliant as mine. I watched. I think we topped them. Good team. But no, I get along with Putin. I get along with everybody, but your husband and a few others.
On the Iran deal, would you be open to a limited deal that just covered the Strait of Hormuz?
What does that mean?
On Iran, just a limited deal, just for a longer ceasefire.
We'd have to open the strait. That would open immediately. So we're going to give this one shot. I'm in no hurry. You never think, oh, the midterms, I'm in a hurry. I'm in no hurry. Ideally, I'd like to see few people killed as opposed to a lot. We can do it either way, but I'd like to see few people killed. I just wonder whether or not they have the good of the people, because some of the things they're doing to me means they don't have the good of the people, and they have to have the good of the people. There's a lot of anger now in Iran because people are living so badly. There's a lot of foment that we haven't seen before so much, and we'll see what happens.
Is it taking longer than you expected it would to make a deal with Iran?
Well, let's put it this way. You were in Vietnam 19 years, right? You were in Afghanistan and these other places 10 years. You were in Iraq. How long were you in Iraq? 12 years. You were in Korea for 7 years. World War II is different. That was 4 years. I'm in for 3 months. And much of it's been ceasefire, so. And you know what? You lost hundreds of thousands of soldiers in these various wars. In 2 wars, Venezuela, where we lost nobody, and here, we lost 13 people. Now, 13 people is 13 too much, but we lost 13 people. In other wars, you lost hundreds of thousands of people. So people don't like it when you say, oh, do you know you've lost 13? We've lost in 2 major wars. We took over Venezuela. We essentially took over Iran, and we've lost so far 13 people. Somebody else would have lost 100,000 people. Okay? But I get a kick when I look at somebody on television. He's lost 13 people. I lost 13 people. They lost 13 people leaving an airport. Obama, 13 very good people that I got to know their families. So what we've done is amazing, and we have them decimated. Iran is decimated, and I mean, you're going to see things that are amazing. You're going to see a lot of amazing things over the next 3 years for our country. And I'd like to talk more about the economic, because we have $18 trillion being spent, and no country's ever had anything like that. We have car plants pouring in from Mexico, Canada. They don't want to be there. There's no reason to be there, because they want to sell to our market. We have car companies and plants coming in from Germany, from South Korea, from Japan, coming in by the billions, and they're being built now. You're going to see things that nobody thought was possible.
Mr. President,
You're going to end up saying he's the greatest president that ever lived.
The greatest
Goodbye,
president.
everybody.
A pretty standard Trump presser there. Getting digs in on one of the reporter's husbands, who's apparently a congressman, who doesn't like me, never
Kept
votes
on.
with me. I don't know why.
And Jesus counting the votes.
Yeah,
I was
sure.
like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the picking on Thomas Massey being a vegan in Texas.
He's having.
You can't get elected.
He's taking his winning lap right now. Is what
Yes,
Donald
he
Trump
is.
is doing.
He absolutely is.
You know, you and I were both saying it. You know, he's Air Force One is right there, and he's just walking around the tarmac. I'm like, could you either get on the plane or get in the car or something?
Try to stay down a little bit.
Yeah.
Could you duck your head just a
Really
hint up?
don't,
That's
you
all I'm
know.
asking. You worry me, man. They've tried to kill you 3 times already. They're not bulletproof, as near as I can tell. 8:45 with Dixon and Vining on Talk 99.5. And I think tomorrow I might run down this list. My buddy Scott Pilkerton, you've seen him. He's been here, actually, to talk about fluoride in water. He sat down with his team at Aqua Systems and came up with some brainstorming ideas for slogans. And there were some good ones and there were some bad ones. And he gave me the list, and I thought, oh, we got to put this on the air. We'll do that tomorrow, I think. Aqua Systems is truly amazing water. It is. It's so nice to have all the hardness taken out, the chemicals taken out, the chlorine taken out. Now the fluoride's already removed. Don't have to worry about that. But what a difference to have just the H, the 2, and the O coming through your system. Whether you're showering with it, which I do, washing your clothes with it, which I do, washing your dishes with it, which I do, drinking it, which I do a great deal of, it is a real game changer for your home. Your family will be much, much happier. You'll use fewer cleaning products, less soap, less shampoo. Everything you cook with it tastes better. There's really not a reason not to get a free, no obligation presentation from Aqua Systems. They'll come to you or they'll do it through Zoom if you like. However you want it to happen, they'll make it happen for you. Aqua Systems really, really wants you to find out about their water, because once you do find out about it, you're going to want it. Aqua Systems, 383-3999. Don't forget, in honor of the 250th birthday of the United States of America, mention you heard this ad, and they will give you 10% off up to $250 on your installation. Everything they make is American-made. It's all 100% made here in America. They love that. Aqua Systems, 383-3999. Find them online at iwantgreatwater.com. Apparently, Duran Duran was not aware that you're not supposed to have nudity in videos. So this video didn't get a lot of play until they figured out how to blur some stuff out. Like, hey. Girls on film, all very well and good, but they have to be fully clothed. Guys, what are you doing?
Well, they tried.
Yeah. I respect them for trying. 8:52 with Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Appreciate you hanging out with us. We've got a little bit of rain in the a lot of rain in the forecast today. Might be raining all over this Southeastern Conference baseball tournament starting at about maybe 1 to 2 this
Let's
afternoon.
Hope not. No rain
not.
For the. It never rains at the Hoover Met.
No.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. They can
Great.
just wish it away and it's not there.
And then tonight some more. And tomorrow looks like spotty. Friday night into Saturday, a lot of rain in the forecast right now. We'll see where that goes. Who knows? Dwayne makes a good point here when he texts us and says, you know what I find hilarious is the fact that they went nuts over the redistricting in Alabama, but there were 2 people of color on the ticket, and still they voted for white Doug Jones.
What gives?
Good point. Good point. Denson and Fuller, my insurance agents. I love these guys. They're local, they're independent, and they are more than happy to give you a quote. You just tell them what it is you need insurance on, and they will send you back a quote, and it will probably be less than you're paying now, and more importantly, you're going to get much better service. I highly recommend them. 414-1476, or visit them online at densonandfuller.com. They're local, and they are your independent insurance agents who will go to bat for you should you have a claim. Tony says, speaking of Jawbone Jam, was awesome to see everyone out there. The only person I didn't meet was Andrew. What a great event. Hope to see you all again. Well, what made the event great, Tony, is that you didn't meet Andrew. That really saved you a lot of trouble.
Tony, thank you for coming out.
Yes, it was very nice of you, and I'm only kidding. You would have loved spending time with Andrew because he is every bit as effervescent in person as he is on the air.
Yep. They're everywhere. He and John, they were out last night, I think.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, you'll have more opportunities. But thank you for coming out. We appreciate it.
Let's see. Terry says, problem could be that she told them versus listing that on her application for days available to work. Yeah, as to say, the woman who couldn't make it on Saturday, instead of putting that on the application, she just said, I can't work Saturday. If she'd put it on the application, there'd be
document,
a paper trail, and there may still be one. I don't know. We don't have all the facts of that case, obviously. We'll find out what happens. You know, if I were her, I would settle out of this. I would settle out and be like, here's the thing. Free Chick-fil-A for life, okay? That's all I want. Free Chick-fil-A for life.
And I want it on Sunday, too.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Good luck with that.
Oh, you wanted me to work on my Sabbath. Now I want you to work on your Sabbath. How about that? Huh? I like it. Let's see. Kyle, greatest line to ever be used for a Republican ad in Texas. He's a vegan, and you can't be a vegan in Texas and get elected. You can't. You can't win in Texas if you don't eat meat. It's just that simple.
We were just dying laughing off air while that was being said. I was like, did he really? He just says it.
Someone asked him about Lauren Boebert and whether or not he was going to, help to replace her in her election. And he said, that's kind of late, But he was mad at her because she was supporting Thomas Massie, and she campaigned with him at one point. And he was like, not a good sign.
Nope.
You're going down the wrong road here. I don't like it. I personally didn't have any problems with Thomas Massie. I thought that he was kind of a libertarian in the vein of a Rand Paul, a guy who voted against anything that was going to increase the deficit. So like the big beautiful bill, he's like, no, and I'm not voting for it for any reason other than that it increases the deficit. You guys, you keep doing this stuff, and it's time to stop. Being that one lone guy tilting at windmills in the House. And you've got, Rand Paul is that one lone guy tilting at windmills in the Senate. It's lonely out there, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
It's got to be a very difficult position to be in. But he stood by his, he had the courage of his convictions, and he is now out of a job. So, let's see. Looks like there is an accident somewhere in Lakeshore. Couldn't get into town using 280. Hopped on 65 northbound, crawling behind Alfred. Not to Lakeshore yet. Birmingham police just went up the shoulder. Must be something wrong. That was at 8:40. I see it now, past Lakeshore. This is from Maria. The right lane and the center lane are blocked. Everyone has to move to the right. I don't know what it was, but it doesn't appear to be an accident. And they had a canine down on the right shoulder, taken down into the woods. Ooh.
Tracking somebody,
Looking
it
for
sounds like.
somebody.
Could have been.
Yikes.
You know, we have the Homewood Police Department right down here at the bottom of our hill. And yesterday, as I was leaving, I saw a guy training a canine in the parking lot across the street from the Homewood Police Department. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I want to
They
pet
have
the
a
puppy.
training center up here.
Yeah.
Out the one
Can I pet
go
the puppy?
past us, and there's a whole.
Probably not, no.
No, you probably don't. You want to leave them alone.
No petting the puppy? No. I want to pet the puppy. You're no fun.
Yeah, so problems on 280 and 65 coming
Apparently
in.
so.
It's kind of a mess out there this morning.
Let's face it, if you're trying to come into downtown Birmingham,
Yeah,
there's
it's-
probably a problem.
There's a delay.
Pretty
on
much.
Both places.
So it seems almost cartoonesque, but this actually happened. A 56-year-old woman was found unconscious and unresponsive inside an uncovered manhole in front of 653 Fifth Avenue near East 52nd Street in New York City. Police responded to a 911 call for an aided person and arrived to find the woman inside the manhole within the confines of the Midtown North Precinct. The area is part of one of Manhattan's busiest shopping and tourist corridors, lined with luxury retailers, office towers, and hotels. EMS transported the woman to New York Presbyterian Weill Cornell Medical Center, where she was pronounced dead. The office of the chief medical examiner is determining the cause of death, but I'm thinking
The fall.
open
What the
manhole.
heck?
It
Yes.
wasn't the fall. It was a
Fall
sudden stop
down.
at the end. That was the problem. Just the,
I
when
heard
it-
something about the steam in the area kind of overheated her too.
Ooh,
So
that can't be good.
Ow.
she might have survived the fall, but then you get that overheating situation, and yeah.
You know, we've seen that before where those manholes like explode
Oh,
up.
yeah, that
And
happened
you're like,
here.
well,
often.
wouldn't that be awful standing near on top of one of those?
Don't be driving over one of those when the steam is coming up. Why am I reminded of Will Ferrell's Mustafa from Austin Powers? I'm still alive. I have a broken leg, but I'm still. I'm very badly burned.
That would be awful.
I'm still alive. Well, I don't know how you fall down an open manhole cover.
Not looking.
You're not. Yes, you're not paying
you
attention.
must not be paying attention to where you're going, which is not uncommon for me, by the way. But I don't think I'd be walking in the street. How about that? Don't walk in the street.
No. From what I understand, she was getting
sidewalk?
out of her car.
Oh, getting out of her car and fell right into it. Holy cow.
That's awful.
Wow. Imagine if you were sitting in the passenger seat. And
Where'd she go?
like,
Where'd she go?
whoa, oh, that was a magic trick. She
Door's
just
still open, she's gone.
Just never know in a day when you get up, get ready for work, what the day holds for you.
It's true.
You could fall in a manhole.
You could feasibly
die.
fall down a manhole
heck?
today.
Just another good reason not to live in New York City.
Amen.
Now, if she fell, can't they call it a woman hole? Is that a different thing? Is
Can
that
you
a-
sue Mom Donnie for this?
Yes. Let's do that.
That's what I would be looking forward to. I'm suing the mayor.
Yikes.
He'll just get more money from the governor just to make sure he can make up the money.
Yeah, throw them both in there.
Keep your eyes open, people. Watch where you're walking. Open manhole covers everywhere. How about this? It's 9 o'clock already. The morning has just shot by. You've frittered it away. Sensely listening to Dixon and Vining.
Frittered it away?
Frittered. You
No, I
heard
think
me.
this was
No.
a
That
good
was
use of
A
time.
lot of frittering.
Don't listen to him.
Huge
You're not
amount of
frittering.
frittering. You're good fritterers. Don't get me wrong. As fritterers go.
We need a
When
T-shirt.
it
You're
comes
a
to-
good fritterer.
a good-
Listen to Talk 99.5.
Keep up the frittering.